What's up? What's up, everyone? We're back again. Video 3 of the first cook up.
3, 4. 7.
Well, we're in the mixing stage. We made the beat. We recorded the vocals. Now we're going to mix the vocals. And that basically sets up the song to be at that point where, depending on if y'all like it a lot, we have no problem finishing it. We're going to sit on it. We're going to see what it means and feels to us. We basically sat down and we made this beat for the purpose of expressing our collaborative partnership we have going. Like, we're always trying to cook up fresh sounds together. So this is a great way where we can come together and just really land a sound and a process.
Yep.
And just a good relationship in the whole process of it all. So luckily you guys have been able to witness the whole thing. So yeah, we're gonna kind of cut it off here for us in our process. But if you guys think it should continue, let us know. Send us some comments, and we'll look at them. We'll consider them, and we'll see what happens.
Who knows?
Maybe
it'll be a whole song.
Who knows? I know what my vote is. I don't know, but I'm gonna give it some time, give some space, because the way I see it is my job's almost pretty much done here. I made the beat with you, producer. Now I'm in the engineer role, so in terms of where I'm sitting on this project, I'm allowing you to just really decide what it means for you as an artist. Because if you're gonna call this yours, I respect any time that you need to take to make that. You know what I mean?
For sure.
So that's how I see it, y'all. Let's see what happens from this point on.
Let's go.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded the clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, think it then, honestly. This summer month's just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment. Breathe. Paranoid my fantasies, get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead, I'm sticking it far off. Let's believe. Like Jacob feels, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Okay, just so you guys know, what you just heard, I haven't touched it since we recorded the vocal. So this is the way it sounded right after you hopped out of the booth. And so yeah, from my perspective, it sounds like you're on beat. You're connecting with the tone. You found your tone. You carried it all the way through the 16. Now I feel like our job is almost done here. We don't want to do a lot to it. How do you perceive what we have so far?
Yeah, I love the naturalness to it. I do think it gets buried in the mix a little bit.
Yep.
So we could fix that for sure. But
well said, man. So I agree. We're just gonna bring it out of the beat a little more, and as we bring it up, we consider if we need to smooth it out. Because normally, when you're mixing a vocal, when you bring something up in front that wasn't up in front already, you're gonna hear new things that you weren't hearing when it was down low in the beat. So let's see what we hear. First of all, we got compression first. We got EQ. We got de-essing, and then we got another EQ. These plugins were on the vocal while we were recording. And so, yeah, these are the same plugins I usually use to mix with after the fact. So let's consider what we can do with them.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded the clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, think it then, honestly.
Off that little bit we just heard, I feel like the compression's doing its job. It's the vocal's not rising up too high. It's not feeling like it's being squeezed. You know what I mean?
Yep.
It's just sitting still, and that's what
pretty good.
we basically need. So now let's just try to do pure volume since the EQ's not sounding too bad. De-essing's doing its job. So let's start with volume.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded the clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm on, just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
All right.
Wow.
So volume's doing a lot. What I heard is just like a little bit on the high end. Like, let's see if we could smooth out that department. I like how you feel more lows. You got more body as we brought the volume up, because now those lows are starting to surpass, like the low mids are starting to like work with the bass instead of be buried by the bass of the beat. So like I said, highs. The way I go about highs is this area of the EQ. We got the high frequencies. We got 10K selected, and we could either boost it or cut it. And then this whole bandwidth, see how it says sharp and then broad? That literally means what it says. Like, you can hear the highs be a little more sharp and, like brittle. And then if you turn it to broad, it's almost like the highs just kind of like, smooth out instead of being like so tightly wound up that they poke through, all sharp.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. Need some backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm on, just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
All right, that sounds nice. In terms of this department of the EQ, we got plenty of highs for presence. They're not too much. We already went super broad. So like the thought of making it more broad, there's no use in that. So what I usually jump to is more of a like multi-band harshness, like smoother. And that's soothe. Soothe 2.
Soothe 2.
This thing is a lifesaver. Let me show you.
Breathe, paranoid my fantasies get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit from the lid, I'ma stay there front off. Disbelief, like J. Cole fans, but I'm scared of the phone off.
Okay, what I just heard there is I went through 3 presets. The default when you open the plugin, then I went to this whole clean up the vocal harshness. When I clicked on that first, it sounded more brittle, more like highs. Let me show you.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me.
Then when I went to bluesy, it like the lows came through and then the highs literally like sat down.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. It's the backbone, trying to go with the wind.
For sure.
The lows said.
Yeah.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I.
And now when we look at the preset, this is the whole area that the plugin is focused on. And that's basically like the whole highs and high mids. Whenever you see the white part of this being pulled down, that's how much high frequencies the plugin is taking out of the vocal real time. So as we play and watch, we can like literally see it doing all the work instantaneously.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. Need some backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm on, just about.
As I watch this, watch my mouse. This is like the most harsh level range right here. And as I watch and I listen, all the S's are in this department.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. Need some backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm on, just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
Let's run this out.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. Need some backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm on, just about falling like.
Smooth. So that was the goal, guys. It was like, let's bring it up. Oh, it got a little too sharp. We looked at the sharp knob and it was already super broad. So, what else we got to help with the highs? We got soothe Now we're sitting in a nice spot. Let's kind of wipe our mind, clean slate. Let's just hear it for what it is.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted up with silly things, not me. Needs a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
That proud, you know?
But yeah.
Want him to be proud of what he sees.
Some people catch that and they don't like the whole like plosive thing.
Yeah.
My opinion on the plosives, dude, it helps add aggression, like to the presence of the vocal. Like that little plosive helps me feel like you're really giving more energy on your performance. But like in this case, it is like catching my ear, you know? So it's like,
It's intense. It's loud for sure.
let's see what we can do.
Just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees.
It's a loud.
So we'll start with a fade.
Him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment. Him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
In case y'all didn't know. In case y'all didn't know, what he means by that is like the
Yeah.
sound.
It sounds like the mic's getting punched by that beat.
Yeah.
And they call that a plosive. So, yeah. Dope, dude.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted up with silly things, not me. Needs a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
Did it feel like it went away too far when it hit? Like, or was that just right?
Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a
Yeah, I still hear like the little bit of that impact,
But it's not too much.
but it doesn't like, yeah, there's no punch about it.
Yeah.
All right.
I liked it.
So there you go, guys. Sometimes I use like a plosive plugin to take out the plosive, but you know, if you don't have a plosive plugin, you can literally do that with a nice crossfade. You just like really with your eyes, you figure out when that highest of the plosive happens, and you just make sure that's at a lower volume than the actual vocal. And a lot happens at that point in terms of like the smoothness. What takes over the attention at that point is the better part of the vocal, which is the actual word.
holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted up with silly things, not me. Needs a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment. Breathe. Pairing up my fantasies, get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead, I'ma stay there far off. Disbelief, like Jacob fans, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Cool, man. I mean, the only thing is like, if I were to take it to the final result, some of these like nice pauses you have, great opportunities to just put a light effect in that space, you know, be a delay, or even just a reverb tail, you know.
Yeah.
Cool. So when you hear it, let me know what you kind of imagine with that in mind.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted up with silly things, not me. Needs a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment. Breathe. Pairing up my fantasies.
On Namin with a delay.
The mean.
Yeah.
Win. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all I'm just about falling like the leaves. You would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted up with silly things, not me. Needs a backbone.
Yeah.
Cool.
That might be cool. Either that.
I feel that.
I feel like everything else, from what I could tell, seems pretty reverb taily.
Nice. So what I usually do is like in Pro Tools, you can commit a track, meaning all these plugins just got printed into this audio. That's why the audio looks more fat. It got turned into a stereo file. And so all this processing is in this yellow waveform. What we're using this for is we're turning this track into one of the special effects, and we want it only for this moment. So that's why I'm cutting out this vocal. We make this moment the focus, and we'll find a nice little delay for it. See how that turns out. I like to use H delay because flipping the phase on this delay is super easy. You do it for the left and the right. It works best if you do both. I do that every single time. And then lo-fi gives it this like nice like vintage like character, just gives it pure character. And so this analog switch, man, you see how this little thing's like moving a little bit when I flip it? Like that's literally noise, like little hissing noise. So if you see an analog switch on like a Waves plugin or something like that, and you don't like extra noise in your mix, go ahead and do yourself a favor and turn that off. You'll hear it later in the master, be like, what happened to the silence in my music? Most likely you didn't turn off the analog switch. Little trick of the trade there for you. Okay, so now we select the timing of this delay. Here we go. Jumps in a little too quickly. Go for a quarter. This will keep it nice and even. This quarter note, by the way, is synced with the BPM of the session. When I hit this host button, that's how we sync the BPM. The plugin lets us know what the session BPM is, and then we don't want this delay trailing off for a long time, so we're going to turn this feedback knob down.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the wind.
That's landing nice. It maybe it pops up a little too high.
Yeah.
So two ways of going about that. We could either just turn down the volume, or we do some EQ filtering within the
That would be
plugin.
sick. I think, yeah. That'd
Filtering?
Be good. Filtering for sure.
Nice.
Sounds
So
like underwater or something. Pretty good.
Yep. D.ano says underwater. So what that means here is this low pass, we're going to cut some of the highs out so it lets the lows pass through. And when you cut the highs off of something, it feels like it's coming from beneath, you know? If you can dig me in that statement. So just trust me, this low pass is going to help that underwater feel. Let's see what he did.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the wind.
Beforehand, it sounded like this.
Silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying.
Just a little brighter, cuts through, but we don't want it to.
Silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying.
It's a little tucked away. It's got that character. Let's tuck it away even more. We'll go to this output switch, turn it down.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the.
And now I'm starting to hear like this whole fade.
Over silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying.
That sounds more natural because I brought more of the character of the vocal through without being faded in.
Over silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all amounts just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
That whole take a moment. I picture like just a little bit more reverb at the end. So it kind of drifts away, leaves you kind of feeling reminiscent about it. So yeah, bro. Let's do that. We'll create a brand new track. Oops. And we take that delay off, put some nice reverb on. This is like my go-to. ROM is the bomb. So as you notice, we are creating separate delay on a separate track. We're creating separate reverb on a separate track. This is the main vocal up here. There's no reverb or delay going on this track. It's all happening separately. So that allows me to turn this reverb 100% because we don't want the natural vocal doubling on itself. We want a vocal and reverb. That's why it's 100%. And so, yeah, this is going to be a little too overbearing. This is not kind of like where it ends up. This is just showing you where it is.
It's the Elohim, want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
So I just got so much info by hearing that, right? That's a bright. It's got like a lot of high end in there. Obviously it's too loud. Just like the delay, like you kind of think about what we've been doing, that delay we wanted underwater feel. So like let's cue off of what we did at the delay, since it's another special effect on the same part of the song. And we can make this reverb less high frequencies. As you can tell, we got the high cut. Another word for that is low pass. So let's let the lows pass by cutting the highs.
It goes to Elohim, want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
Already darker. Let's dampen that so it's not so like washy.
Of what he sees. Take a moment.
Nice. Now, you know, when you say take a moment, it's like you hear the reverb just kick on. That's why we're gonna fade the reverb in.
Proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
Now it's got a nice entry. Now we put it at a good volume.
Down thicker than honestly, this on a mouse just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim, want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment.
And I ended up turning it way down, like negative 9 dBs. For you numbers people out there.
What he sees. Take a moment.
Yeah, just enough. It doesn't sound fake. It just sounds special. You know.
I agree.
I feel like that's a good rule of thumb. Unless you're going for some really crazy digital stuff, you know. Then in that case, it's like the faker the better.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted over silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down thicker than honestly. This on a mouse just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim, want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment. Breathe, pairing up my fantasies, get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead, I'm steady there far off.
For some reason, the beat's overbearing during this part of the vocal.
Breathe, pairing up my fantasies, get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead, I'm steady there far off.
So we'll just do a little bitty boost here. That breathe has nice presence.
Breathe, pairing up my fantasies, get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead, I'm steady there far off. Breathe, pairing up my fantasies, get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead, I'm steady there far off. Misbelief, like J. Cole fans, but I'm scared of the fall off.
That's helping. Like right after the breathe, the paranoid kind of like jumps in strong. So another plosive moment where we're dealing with the P word, you know. So little trick for you Pro Tools users, we got the option button and the scroll left right. If you hold down option and you scroll left, you can widen the waveform without anything turning up. So you just get to view it in more detail and nothing about the audio changes.
Breathe, pairing up my fantasies.
Now we can see that plosive real clear. So that's this little mountain right here. Look at that mountain. It's just like becoming a hill. And like, honestly, as I was doing that fade, I was like, that mountain is still the loudest thing. So you can like go in here, separate the clip, make that mountain real small. without messing it with any of the nice presence of what's after it. Honestly, we probably don't need this. It's like a breath.
Paranoid, my fantasies get the best of me. Breathe. Paranoid, my fantasies get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead. I'm stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
That'd do the job.
He want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment. Breathe. Paranoid, my fantasies get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead. I'm stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
I think the far off and the fall off could have that delay.
Straight.
Maybe a more subtle version.
I got hit full of lead. I'm stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Because I love the far off because it's literally sounding like it's being said from far off.
Right.
Gotta love the play on the words.
Man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead. I'm stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Echo on that, maybe like.
You want more?
Well, like I would say, like more repetitions, like
Oh.
is like fall off, fall off.
Gotcha. So what we can do is we'll just take our delay track, make a new one, same delay, but we'll boost the feedback on this one.
Got hit full of lead. I'm stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Then fall off could be different.
Breathe. Paranoid, my fantasies get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead. I'm stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Fall off with a little reverb and delay.
I'm stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Don't even need delay. We can just have like a nice.
Got hit full of lead. I'm stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
We'll take that sample in the beat
Scared of the fall.
Hey.
and we'll delay that. Because, you know, he's a vocal too.
Facts.
Not just a sample.
He's a vocal too.
He
Don't discriminate.
deserves equal rights too.
Stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
That's
So
it.
that created a moment out of it that we're trying to get, but you know, sometimes you don't get it from the vocal. You get it from the things around it. And think about if you got vocals in your beat. Perfect way to like make the moment for the vocal without touching the vocal.
What, can we put a little bit more repetitions on there?
But I'm scared of the fall.
That would be this one.
Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Not quite that much.
Yeah, a
though.
little less. That's a long time, guys.
I'm stay there far off. Misbelieve. Like Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
By the time that little sound comes in, it should be gone. You know?
Also, you have it panned, so it's going from left to right.
Yeah.
Maybe on this one I would. Nah.
Do you like the ping pong on this?
I like
Stay there far off. Misbelieve.
I like it on that
Like
one.
Jacob fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
So what we do is I hold down Control, Option, and Command. I click on the ping pong, and we got this Enable Automation. We want to enable the automation. We get this red box around it, so we know it's enabled. And then we can literally go into the little automation dialog, ping pong, and turn it off, okay? But I'll show you one other way to do that. It's really fun. This way is more fun. It makes you feel like you're a part of the effect and you're like, you know, recording your move. So the way to record you turning off that switch while the music plays is you go over here where it says read. I always look for the green, read, and then you go to write. It turns red, just like, something goes red when you're about to record. That's exactly what that red means. We're about to record it. So we press play. I'm going to let this ping pong. And then right before this moment, I'm going to hit the switch and we'll turn off the ping pong.
City there far off. Disbelief. Like Jaco fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Nice. And then, we just double check. We bring it back here. We watch this ping pong button.
Disbelief. Like Jaco fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
That's nice. I even like the whole duration of it, the feedback. Cool.
I like it.
All right, guys. So yeah, that's the mixed vocal for this 16. We just brought it up. We brought up the volume. We made a judgment call. We said, what do we need out of this vocal? What does the song need out of this vocal? And we felt it needed clarity, needed realism. And the way we got that is we accentuated some of the better qualities of the vocal that brings it more into a natural space. Because if you were here sitting right with D.ano, he's hearing all the lows in my voice. He's feeling the impact of my voice. So if we're not hearing that in the music, it doesn't feel real. It just feels like, it's a recording.
Mm-hmm.
And so the more real we can get with it, if you're going for that style, think about the lows and consider smoothing the highs.
City there far off. Disbelief. Like Jaco fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
So yeah, we'll take one more listen with all this considered. And before we do, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button. It's going to help get this content out to more people, and you will know about the next videos that we release by doing so. You can also hit that notification button if you really want to be notified when we drop something. I think it's a great idea. So,
Agreed.
yep. We on the moon. We out. Stay inspired. Take a listen what we did. Any last words, man?
Shoot. It's gonna be sick.
Holes in my logic, you would've thought I unloaded a clip. Twisted up silly things, not me. It's a backbone, trying to go with the wind. Hold it down, thicker than honestly. This all amounts just about falling like the leaves. Trying to stay close to Elohim. Want him to be proud of what he sees. Take a moment. Breathe. Paranoid my fantasies get the best of me. Had a dream, man, I can't sleep. I got hit full of lead. I'm a city there far off. Disbelief. Like Jaco fast, but I'm scared of the fall off.
Yeah.